Hi, you guys. Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 10th, I believe. The days kind of all run together, but, well, yep, I see on my little list. It is the 10th today. You guys, it has been way more than a minute since we've gotten to chat. So let's get into it. So I think some of you guys may be wondering, where is she? Did she just disappear? The answer is yes and no, I guess. Yeah, I kind of disappeared from YouTube, but just because life has been crazy. Let me introduce myself because some of you guys may be new here. My name is Laura. I am the owner of Back Porch Fiber Co. You can find my shop at backporchfiberco.com. I'm also on Etsy, although I do run different specials and deals over on my direct website, backporchfiberco.com. You can also find me on Instagram and YouTube as Back Porch Fiber Co. It's all the same. Feel free to message me. I do respond to email at backporchfiberco@gmail.com. I also respond to my DMs on Instagram there as well. And I try to get to the comments on the YouTube channel, but sometimes they do escape me, especially as the episodes are older, if that makes sense. This is my second cup of coffee today, and I will be having a third later at work. But that's okay, it's just that kind of day. I'm sure you guys are noticing that I am in a new space. That's one of the things that has been going on here is a little bit of house renovations over the last year. One is this space. You guys, we are in the stage of life where we are nearing empty nesting, not wanting it to come any sooner than it is going to, but I have 2 kiddos married, another that just graduated from high school. You guys, we homeschooled. I'm kind of retired from homeschool mom, which feels a little bit odd. And that, I think, is probably some of what has kept me away from YouTube, Instagram, all of that. You guys, the business is strong. I just did a fiber festival in Walnut Creek, California, this last, I guess, 2 weekends ago now. It was my best show to date. It was amazing. And it was only a 4-hour show. You guys, it was so fantastic. It was so fun to have people come back and be like, oh, I was looking for your booth. I was really hoping that you were going to be back this year. I bought this from you last year and I absolutely love it. I need more, da da da. That gave me so much confidence. So much, I guess, like, in a way, it kind of developed, like, or no, it didn't develop. It allowed me to see some purpose in what I'm doing with the business. And that was super encouraging. But back to the stage of life that I'm in. You guys, this is a tough stage. If you are in this stage, if you are nearing this stage, if you have gone through this stage of life where you're kind of at the end of parenting, at least parenting non-adult children. My son turns 18 this year. So it's kind of the end of a season, end of a book, really, like this volume of my life. I'm kind of having a hard time with it. Plus, just all the natural stuff that goes on with women in my stage of life. You guys, it's real. And it's hard. And sometimes you just don't feel like you have a purpose, or like you, I don't know, you're just like, it's not even a depression or anything like that. It's just this crossroads in your life where you're trying to figure out kind of where you fit in and the purpose that you have, the next step that you should take. Because I've been a stay-at-home mom for a really long time. I just recently got a job with an employer, and it was kind of fun. Like it's fun to know that like, hey, I could do this after all these years. I could do this. And I am doing it, and I'm learning, and it's amazing. Okay. That's the quick version of the life update. I'm just today, it's going to be very non-scripted. I'm not really going to edit this version at all. I'm not going to promise to pop up pictures. I will put links in the description box below. If there's anything here that I tell you that I'm referencing. So pattern, yarn, that kind of thing, everything will be in the description box below. I'm not going to put titles on this. I'm really not even going to edit this video. I will run through it to make sure I don't embarrass myself. But other than that, this is going to be pretty unedited, unscripted video. I'm just going to share some of what I'm working on. I wanted to share this new space with you guys. What I'm seeing in front of me is an entire 2 bookshelves of yarn, patterns, plant, books, that kind of thing. I'll turn it around and show you guys. Over to my right over here is a big window. So I'm hoping that the light is good. There might be some shadows on this side. I don't know. I don't care. Behind me is my fun decorative wall. It's wallpaper and like a batten board bottom. I'm sitting at my desk. I have my inventory and print packing station to my left. This is such a happy place for me. Once we got this done and then cleaned up, because when we painted this room, everything had to go out, everything had to come back in. Then we had a bunch of things kind of back to back where this was just a catch-all for a minute. One day I'm like, it all just needs to go. If I don't have a place for it, it needs to just go in a bin, and I'm going to deal with it later. And that has made me so happy. And I have since actually gone through that bin even a little bit as well. But anyways, this is where all the magic happens now. All the product development. I love knitting in here. I love being in here. I love packaging your orders in here. I love it. I love it. This is such a happy place for me. And I've not had my own office ever. I was going to say in a really long time. No, ever. And I get to even like see my garden out over here too, which is a bonus. Okay. I'm going to just dive in. I'm going to share some things that I've acquired, share some things that I'm working on. I don't even think I have any real future plans except for a sock cast on. Okay, let's get started. I love my coffee. Okay. So, before I dive into what I was just going to talk about in my own head, I am going to share with you guys progress on my son's scrappy blanket. I started this blanket around the time when I think maybe even on his 18th birthday, or around when he got his 16th birthday, or around the time when he got his driver's license. My goal with this blanket is to be done 3 years from when I started. So around the time that he turns 19. I don't know why, I've just kind of given myself that goal, but I feel like, okay, this is just going to be a mishmash, just kind of like a conversation, mishmash of things and ideas. I have actually filmed several times before, so I have no idea. They just have never made it to you. I have no idea what I have showed and what I have not showed, because I don't know what has made it to you and what has not, because I know nothing has made it to you in a really long time. So you might see this blanket and I may have like 50 squares on here, plus maybe even 100 squares. I have no idea. But anyways, this is where I'm at currently. I love it, you guys. I absolutely love this project. I do about a half a square plus every day. I finished this little green square yesterday. So how this is working, you guys, I have so many scraps, and I think I might even actually add on another row or another column. I am considering that. And then I'm just going to go until I feel like it's a good fit for him. So he totally 100% knows that I'm making this blanket for him. If you have not seen this before, he actually picks out the colors for the blanket, unless I run out and he's nowhere to be found, which does happen if I don't catch him like a couple colors before. And, but he lays out all the colors. Like I just kind of drop all my scraps on the table and he just picks them, places them, takes a picture and texts it to me so that I can see what goes next. So he typically picks out like 5 to 7 colors at a time. And I really do enjoy, like, when I finish a pair of socks or finish a project that was fingering weight yarn, I love to just kind of add it in either like before or after he picks out his colors. This is the Coziest Memories blanket by Kemper, Kemper is her first name. I'm sure if you type in Coziest Memories blanket, you will find it, but I will put the link below. And I'm using fingering weight yarn, but other than that, I am following, well, that is the pattern. So not other than that, I am following the pattern. Pretty exact, I believe. So, oh, I love this project. You guys, every morning I work on this project and I think about my son and I think about his future and I think about the fun times that we've had. So during this stage of life, I could not recommend it more to do a project like this. And by this stage of life, I mean like at this crossroads for all you moms out there that are at a point where you're almost an empty nester. Work on this. I do a technique. I think Summer Lee does it. There's quite a few people that do this technique where you weave in the ends as you go. So really after a square, I just have to clip them off and that's it. It's pretty amazing. I just tightened it all up. So like I have no ends except for my live ones, like on the edge here. I don't have any ends to weave in. But it's kind of like just catching your floats basically. Like, so you hold the tail on the left and you're working yarn on the right. And then you just go over your tail and knit a stitch, under your tail and knit a stitch, over, under, over, under. And I usually go for like 15 plus stitches. And then it, like literally I can just clip it off after the square. I don't do it right away because I like to just get a little bit farther on the square and it's a good stopping point since I have my scissors out anyways to cut the tail, like to, when I'm done with the square, to pull it through that last stitch, I have my scissors. So then I'll just clip the other 2 ends that I wove in as I was knitting. I hope that makes sense. But this lives in a bag that I made for myself. I made one for Amber of a Lovely Yarn as well, and my friend Annie. This is my Advent knitting bag, and I love it. All right, we're gonna put that off to the side. Okay, let's see. I don't even know what's in here. Okay, oh, I do. All right, I'm gonna go with this one here. No, I'm gonna go with this one. This is a sock, you guys. So I do not remember, I didn't have the ball band for this yarn, but it is somebody who cakes them up like this. If I can find the information, my friend Annie gave me this yarn one year, I think it was either Christmas or my birthday. But she needed some of it to finish her son's socks. So I think maybe she gave it to me for my birthday and then she needed it maybe like for Christmas or something. I don't know, like to finish her son's socks because she was making 2 pairs out of it. And so I took off one of the stripes to give to her. And at that point I didn't keep the ball band, but it did come with some minis as well. I'm just doing a vanilla sock. I cast on 60 stitches. I do a 2x2 ribbing for 25 rows. And then I'm doing, I did about 60 rows for the leg. I stopped, when I do self-striping, I try to find a stripe that one of the contrast colors is going to look good with. And then I go in between those stripes for the heel. So I am working on my gusset decreases right now, but I started this just right before my friend Annie came to visit. So she was here this last Thursday, and then I took her to the airport on Monday, just a couple days ago. And she was here because, to visit for one, but we had my knitting group had a knitting retreat. In years past, we've gone away, rented an Airbnb and all hung out together. But this year, we were all so busy with, one of our ladies is pregnant and due in a month and a half. Another one was traveling, mission trips. I was super crazy busy with graduation and different things, and money was tight for a lot of us. And so we just decided to do a staycation knit retreat. So we planned 2 days. One day we kind of went to a nearby town, it was Sacramento, and we went to a coffee shop, a yarn store, and had lunch somewhere, and then came back and did a cast on party, which I'll show you my cast on for the cast on party. You guys, we even had a piñata. It was so fun. It was so fun, you guys. I highly recommend a cast on party. Even if you don't do a knitting retreat, do a cast on party with a group of friends and have a piñata filled with knitting notions. Anyways, I needed something to work on that morning, and I didn't have any easy projects. So I chose this yarn because my friend Annie had gifted it to me, and I thought it would be super fun to work on it while she was here. And it was definitely the right choice. This yarn is so fun. I do not have a recipient for these socks yet, but I have a few people in mind. My husband said that he would wear them. The only color is this bold aqua, or no, right here. This bold aqua is kind of a little bit, not his style, but he said he would wear them because he, once it goes in, the striping sequence, it kind of meets it a little bit. But I do have somebody else in mind as well for these socks. So just still on the first sock. I can't knit these concurrently because I don't want to disrupt this cute ball of yarn. This is also living in a bag that my friend Annie gave me as well, which is such a fun size for socks. Okay, so then that night we cast on a project. We all picked a project, cast it on, and then that was my main work on for the rest of the weekend. So I chose, had to see where I was at, the Leela top by Kadri. It is a sleeveless top down construction. So you work the top of the front, top of the back, and then join in the round and work the body. And then you connect the top and the bottom with an I-cord little connector, which I'm really looking forward to because I think it's a fun technique. But then I also like that you can change the armpit depth or the underarm depth. Because I do have a tank that I really love that it just goes way down too low, and I wish that there was an easy fix to lift it up more. But when I was knitting it, I was just kind of ready to be done with it. And I guess I just didn't realize that the armhole depth was too long. I don't know. I just didn't know. But I hardly ever wear it. Anyways, so the yarn that I am using, and I do not have the ball band. I don't know what happened to it, but it is the Barocco Remix in this super creamy, neutral, beigey color. I have the front panel done. You guys, I cannot speak highly enough of this barber cord. It is definitely one of the best sellers in my shop. You can pick your own colors and make a little tin for yourself. So easy to place your stitches on hold instead of waste yarn. It works really well for trying garments on too, or doing a provisional cast on. Okay, so this is the front. I love this neckline. And this is the back. So I think I have 15 more rows before I join them together. I'm loving this project. I'm working on it a lot. I really want to get this done so I can wear it. Let's just be honest here. But I'm loving it. So I'm going to put a shameless plug in for, where is it at? My pattern trackers, you guys. These are Post-it notes. It is saving me with this pattern because there's a lot of written instructions on this. So it really helps me to keep track. I love it. And I use this in all different ways. Like right now, it says like row 1, row 2. So I'm not using it in that capacity. I'm using the rows more this way. I'm like marking off a row every time, or a bubble every time I do a row going this way. And then I'm using these here for like different sections of the pattern. Yeah, it's like more like a repeat kind of thing, if that makes sense. But anyways, lots of different ways that you can use them. But man, this has been a lifesaver. I really like it. So this yarn, okay, I'm going to pause you guys and go get a ball band that I know I do have of this yarn just so I can tell you what it's made of. Okay, I actually remembered where my other skein of yarn of this was. And it is in my Knit Retreat bag. I made these for our knit group. And then we put like where we went on them. And this one here, our last one, or for this year, one of the ladies in our group is an artist and she drew like our area. It was, or painted one of our area, like some hills in our area. And so we used that for our bag. Isn't that fun? Okay. This is the yarn that I am using. Rocco Remix Light. And let's see. It's just the color is 6901. And this is a very cost-effective yarn. I think this whole project is going to cost me like $25 or something. So it's 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, 9% linen. And it's pretty soft. It's a pretty soft yarn. So I think the remix, yeah, it is 100% recycled fiber. So earth-friendly as well. I have this also in like this deep moody green that I'm going to do a long sleeve, the Umi sweater, Y-U-M-E, I don't know who that's by. But so I bought both of these at the same time and I love that green so much. I almost did this cami or like this tee in the green, but since I have 3 of those skeins and 2 of these, I thought it would be better to save that for the sweater. Anyways, that's where we're at with this. I love this so much, you guys. It is amazing. Okay, so my friend Annie we went to a knit store called Rumpelstiltskin, and I bought some sock yarn, which I don't have with me. So, but I love it. I plan on making socks out of it. Well, she bought some sock yarn and all of us were like drooling over this yarn. What in the world? I wish that I could find it online, and I'm not even going to put a link down below because I got the last skein. So I called Rumpelstiltskin. It's a Sacramento yarn store, and they had 1 left. And I'm like, hey, can I come by on Monday and pick that up? Of course. So pick that up on Monday. Started the socks immediately. I recaked it. So it came kind of like that Barocco one, you know, like a big skein. So you could just pull straight from that for sure. But I wound it up. So it is called Lang Twin Soxx in the Tundra colorway. So the idea is that there is a white, like you can see this one a little bit like the end. So that white is not part of the repeat. Hold on. Oh, I kicked up some dust, man. I'm sneezing. Okay. So yeah, I cast these on. Haven't gotten that far on them, honestly, but I did get through the cuff. You guys, this is like, this will be the color sequencing. I know it's really hard to tell, but do y'all see how this fades into the next color? None of us were expecting that when we picked up the skein of yarn. It's fabulous. And it's like, it's a plump fingering. It feels so nice to work with. I don't know what it is, but man, it feels nice to work with. All right, let's see. It is 75% virgin wool, like a merino virgin wool, and 25% nylon. Polyamide nylon is what it says. I love this so much. It is so fun to work on. Okay, it kind of like matches my room a little bit. It's kind of fun. Anyways, I love it. I just want to work on it nonstop. But that is a really, really good, like, easy project right now. Okay, a couple other things that I want to share before I get ready to go to work. I'm really hoping to edit this podcast tomorrow after work, because after that I have a few days off, which is so nice. So nice. I picked up, okay, so at the Fiber Festival, it's called Fiber Frolic. It's we're holding it now in Walnut Creek, California. It used to be Vacaville, California. Well, it was Walnut Creek, then Vacaville, and now it's back in Walnut Creek. We had to switch it because of the venue that they were housing it at. They were rescheduling weddings due to COVID, and so we couldn't get in there. But anyways, I was prepared, you guys, during this show, just to not have a very good show. I don't know why I prepared myself that way. It was a new venue. I don't know. That's where my mind went, is like, okay, is this really going to be that great? I don't know. I feel like the year before that was like, it was still a good show, but not great. I was not prepared to have my best show ever. Like, I literally teared up. Like, when my husband and I, we packed up and we drove home, and I was looking at the numbers and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the best I've ever done. My booth was busy the entire 4 hours. The entire 4 hours. We were ringing people up and talking with people the entire time. There was not a moment where we had nobody in our booth. There was a quick 5-minute blurb where I showed my husband how to ring people up, and there were just a couple people in the booth at that point, just more shopping, not needing to be rung up. And I'm like, can I please? I'm like, I need to go get something. We did a gift exchange for our knit retreat. I'm like, I need to go get something. So I did. And it was, I knew the exact booth to go to. You guys, I didn't even look up. I don't know who the other vendors were at that show. I never had a chance to go shopping except for this one little like 3 to 5 minute quick like run to this booth. And I knew exactly where I wanted to go. Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. just has some beautiful yarns, and they're pretty reasonable in my opinion. This skein here is $25. So this one I got for my husband, for socks for him. The other socks that I cast on, the Lang twin socks, those are also for my husband. I did promise those to him, and he's going to get these as well. He has some, he wears them so much that are starting to wear thin, and so I'm like, I'm just going to make you more. Yeah, this is Mocha. And then I bought another one for our gift exchange, but that's already been exchanged, so I do not have it. But like, it literally took me 2 minutes to decide because, well, I mean, all of our stuff is beautiful. I literally could have just blindly like picked 2 colors and I would have been happy, but I got one for the gift exchange and one for my husband. This was the extent of my Fiber Frolic shopping spree. So glad that they were there. Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. I love your products. Your yarn is beautiful, and I look forward to doing more shows with you because then I can go shopping more. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, we all of a sudden have so many babies joining our family. We have a total of 3 babies joining our family this year, all seconds. All second babies. So for all the first babies, I made the Stevie blanket in a camel color, very like neutral brown color, boy, girl, it didn't matter. The Stevie blanket pattern has scallops on the edge. I've talked about it before. I love this pattern. It is definitely my go-to baby blanket pattern. It's crochet. So there were last year 2 girls and 1 boy. So for the girls, I put the scallops on, and then for the boy, which was my daughter, she said no scallops, and so I just did another row or 2, like around of you do a border of crossed crochet or crossed single crochets, which is literally just the way that you wrap the yarn around your hook, and that's it. It doesn't take any more time. It's just like one way instead of the other way. That's it. So I just did extra rows of that for the boy blanket. This year, we know 2 are boys. We don't know what the 3rd one is yet. So instead of doing the same camel colored, I chose a couple colors. I use this yarn exclusively for these blankets. This is a fingering weight cotton boucle yarn. I think people typically use it for weaving, but I found it perfect for this blanket. I hold it double. So what I do, you could either get 2 cones, which I do have 2 cones, and that might be easier, but I wind this whole thing up and then I divide it in half, basically. This really stretched my ball winder. The arm of it was like hitting every time at the end, but we just kept going, and the skein of yarn was like literally as big as my head. It was pretty crazy. Okay, I do hold it double because this is fingering weight yarn, and it's like this. Let's see if you can tell. Like a little, it's a boucle. So there's like little waves in the yarn. This yarn is machine washable, which makes it so good. It gets softer with time, so it's super soft already, but then it gets softer as you wash it. I love it. So I chose these colors because I kind of felt like even if it was a girl, like this little rusty color would be great. So one of my nieces did actually choose this rust. So boy, girl, it's not gonna matter. And then I did this one for my other niece, for her baby, who has already arrived, and got that sent up. So this is what I have left over from the first baby blanket. And I think I might actually do like a stripy version of it. I think that would be really fun. Oh, that's okay. Doesn't matter. But anyways, this is, I will put the link below. You guys, one of these is $32 currently today. $32. And I bought 4, so I got free shipping as well. But one of these is enough to make a blanket plus. Oh, it's so good. I cannot recommend it enough. And they have a ton of colors. You can buy a color card as well. which I feel like I should do because I buy so many. So many. All right. I want to share one more thing with you guys that I've been working on for the business. I'm really excited to introduce some stationery products to Back Porch Fiber Co. Now, in introducing the stationery, I am clearancing out on my website all of my bags. So like I made this bag. It says, this is my sock knitting bag. I have like, this is my emergency bag, knitting bag. This is my road trip knitting bag, things like that. I have totes. That's an 8x10 size. I have a 10x12 size. I'm clearancing them all out. So right now they are 30% off only on my website, not on Etsy. And they will only be on my website from here on out. Clearancing those out so that I can make room for stationery. I'm loving the stationery, and we'll get more into that on another episode. But I just wanted to share one thing that I am currently using that I am loving. And that is, now the one that I'm going to show you is nowhere near as cute as the ones that are in my shop. I'm using this because I didn't want to waste it, but this is a non-colorful version of the colorful version that is in my shop. But it is a weekly knitting plan. I also have one that says weekly crochet plan, weekly project plans, and weekly WIP plans. So some that could be a little bit more universal. Each pad, so it is a notepad, not a sticky pad. It is a notepad that is like glued up at the top, so you can just peel it off. Each one will get you 6 months. So it's, I think there's between 26 to 28 papers. Sometimes when you glue them, so I glue them, I do everything. And sometimes when you glue them, you have to take this top piece off because it gets a little bit gummy just on the side. But if not, then I don't take it off, and then you just get an extra one. So I just always make sure to put a couple extras in there. But this is currently my weekly knitting plan. So I'm on Wednesday, doing pretty good so far. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of these things done today. I just have 15 rows on my top. I'm calling it a cami because it kind of feels like that. I am trying to get through the heel on my SS self-striping yarn. So like through the gusset decreases. And I'm trying to get 10 rows on my Lang sock, the twin sock that I just showed you. That's for today. And then I also have like bigger goals of like when I want to finish things, what my priority is. Just some notes on like, so here I have like gear up to work on my alignment throw because that's kind of sitting in a timeout. I got super excited and I was working on it for a while, and then you guys, there was a few weeks where I was hardly knitting at all. And then I needed to do the crochet blanket. And so my alignment throw just kind of got put off to the side, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this on here because I really want to start working on it again. So I put gear up to work on the alignment. And then I also want to start a new granny stripe doll blanket. So I made this granny stripe doll blanket with all the leftovers of the leftover bits. I just kept going until it ran out, and it was, I think I did like a 77 stitch chain. I don't know the terminology for it. I can crochet. I just don't know all the terminology and that kind of thing. Anyway, 77 and fingering weight yarn using, I think, a 3.5 millimeter hook. Well, my great niece was visiting from Canada a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I need to finish this because she's in this baby doll phase. So I wanted to finish it to give to her so that she could use it for her doll. And so she saw me working on it, and like just a little bit before we were having to say goodbyes, I just stopped. I just finished, and it wasn't quite as long as I wanted it to be, but it's also for her doll. So it really didn't matter either. And then I just wove in all my ends and like gave it to her right then and there. And that was really fun for her to see me working on it, give it to her. Like when she said bye, it's like I was the only one who got a hug. It's pretty cool. So I want to start another one for my other niece. And it feels so good just to like use up every last bit of the yarn. Like, and then just to see like I have this jar, like just to see this canister like emptying. It is full right now because I've added more to it, but anyways, you guys, so yeah, these will be in the shop pretty soon. I just need to take some product photos of them. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. We're at 40 minutes, which feels kind of a little bit excessive, and I'm not editing, like I mentioned before. You guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for coming back, even though I've been gone for so long. I really do appreciate this community. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your orders. Like literally every time I get a notice that I get an order, like I do a little happy dance. It makes me so happy that I am bringing products to you guys that you guys enjoy and like. Happy making, you guys, and let's hope that the next one is not months away. Bye, guys.